Imagine waking up tomorrow knowing this might be your final dawn. Would you still cling to the covers? Or rise to greet the vast symphony of existence? Marcus Aurelius, that steadfast emperor-philosopher, insisted that every sunrise is a summons to action. A reminder that we are built for the work of humanity, not the hibernation of comfort. He challenged himself, and by extension us, to ask, was I shaped for warmth under blankets, or for deeds that matter? These words echo across 2 millennia, still hot with urgency, but translating ancient wisdom into modern ritual requires more than admiration, it calls for practice. So let us design a dawn routine that welds serenity to strength. Below you will discover 2 foundational Stoic exercises, simple enough to complete before your coffee cools, potent enough to steer the entire arc of your day. Take a slow breath now. Feel lungs unfurl like sails catching the first light. This inhale will not return. Let that truth sharpen your attention. 1. Meditate on the impermanence of all things. Before emails chirp and headlines roar, step into deliberate stillness. Choose a corner of your home where shadows linger. Or sit by an open window and let the morning air write its cool signature on your skin. Keep your posture relaxed yet dignified, a living metaphor for the Stoic balance between composure and readiness. Close your eyes and thrust imagination into the heavens. Watch spiral galaxies birth themselves in flaming blossoms, only to wither back into stardust after eons that dwarf earthbound history. Picture comets drawing silver scars across black canvas. Hear the silent detonation of collapsing stars forging elements that one day pulse in your bloodstream. Now pull the lens toward Earth. Hover above continents like a patient satellite. Observe cities waking as domes of electric glow. Traffic coursing through concrete arteries. Billions of separate dramas beginning anew. Within this teeming mosaic, select your own dwelling, a single flicker inside the global tapestry. Hold it gently in mind. Feel perspective stretch and shift. In the immensity of the cosmos, your worries shrink to lentil-sized concerns. Yet simultaneously, your choices glitter with cosmic significance. Because they are uniquely yours. You have been lent a sliver of eternity, and only you decide how brightly it burns. When mortality ceases to be a distant abstraction and becomes an intimate companion, gratitude arises unforced. The impulse to postpone, complain, or indulge trivial anger loses its magnetic pull. You exit meditation carrying a quiet, electric vow. Nothing needless shall steal this day from me. Seneca's admonition rings clearer than ever. Life is long if you know how to use it. And knowing begins with remembering that it can vanish in a breath. 2. Write down your thoughts. The second pillar of a Stoic dawn is journaling, an honest conversation with the self before the world joins the dialogue. Choose your instrument: leather-bound notebook, humble scratch pad, or luminous screen. The medium is irrelevant, sincerity is everything. Step 1. Mental decluttering. Spill unfiltered fragments onto the page, remnants of dreams, subtle tensions in the chest, memories still echoing from yesterday. Imagine tipping a snow globe upside down so the glitter settles elsewhere, revealing clarity inside the glass. Step 2. Gratitude calibration. Without scanning for grand achievements, name 3 realities that currently breathe warmth into your life. Perhaps the rhythmic hum of a ceiling fan, the forgiving smile a stranger offered yesterday, or simply the miracle of consciousness itself. By documenting the ordinary, you train eyesight to uncover treasure beneath a thin layer of familiarity. Step 3. Philosophical diagnostics. Pose precise questions carved from Stoic timber. Did I rule my impulses? Or did they rule me? Where did courage speak? And where did fear suffocate its voice? How can I transform today's inevitable obstacles into fuel for wisdom? Write answers without excuse or inflation. They are notes to yourself, not press releases. Step 4. Declare intention. Crystallize the day into a single actionable sentence. Maybe, I will practice patient listening when frustration surfaces. Or, I will direct every task toward the common good. However small, sign it like a contract. Throughout the day, return to these words whenever distraction knocks. Remember, Marcus Aurelius's monumental meditations began as nothing more than personal notes. He never meant to publish his musings. That accidental bestseller proves that personal journaling, when done relentlessly, fertilizes thoughts that outlive their author. Interlacing the practices, meditation widens the horizon, journaling charts the route. Combined, they forge a mind that greets chaos with composure and opportunity with speed. You will notice within weeks that decisions sharpen, petty resentments thin, and evenings close with fewer regrets. Picture tomorrow's sunrise, alarms buzz. But instead of scrolling feeds, you sit in silence, converse with the cosmos, then converse with your soul. 5, 10, perhaps 15 minutes, yet the tone of the next 16 hours changes palpably. This is how revolutions begin, quietly, repeatedly, at dawn. A closing vow. Stand now, metaphorically, at the threshold of morning. The universe has set the stage, but only you can perform the script written in your own handwriting. Refuse to let comfort chains tether you. Step forward armed with vast perspective and lucid intent. Serve the work you were born for. If these ideas strike a chord, honor that resonance. Press like. Share your own rituals in the comments. And subscribe. Ring the notification bell so future explorations arrive right on time. Together, let us cultivate mornings so deliberate that even the stars, if they could watch, would pause in silent applause. Because life is fleeting, and we are here to live it wide open. Flowing seamlessly from the stillness and clarity you cultivated moments ago, the Stoic morning continues to unfold. Imagine your mind as a tranquil lake at first light, ripples from yesterday have settled. The surface gleams like polished glass. Now is the perfect time to decide what kind of reflection will grace that water throughout the coming hours. 3. Craft daily intentions, not distant goals. Ask yourself a question that most to-do lists ignore. How will I be today? Independent of what I achieve, goals aim the spotlight far ahead, measuring distance traveled and trophies earned. Intentions illuminate this single, breathing instant, measuring character, where a goal can be toppled by traffic jams, office politics, or pure chance. An intention remains sovereign, because it is woven from the only territory you truly command, your own attitude. Close your journal, place a hand over the heartbeat beneath your shirt, and distill the day into a virtue you wish to embody. Perhaps patience, greeting interruptions like uninvited teachers, perhaps compassion, meeting every face with the silent thought, you, too, carry hidden burdens, perhaps courage, stepping deliberately into tasks you have postponed. Whisper it aloud, feel the syllables settle in your chest like an anchor. Write it once more at the top of a clean page. Today I intend to cultivate ______. Throughout the day, let this phrase hover at the periphery of thought, surfacing whenever frustration, temptation, or weariness arrives. Seneca reminds us, it is not what you endure, but how you endure it. An intention sharpens the how. Notice the side effect. Your usual checkbox goals quietly reorganize themselves. Emails drafted in patience carry fewer careless barbs. Meetings approached with courage produce bolder ideas. By nightfall you will still have accomplished tasks, but their texture will feel different. Burnished by integrity rather than anxiety. 4. Welcome voluntary discomfort. Modern life swaddles us in conveniences so pervasive we forget they are optional. Stoics unwrapped those layers on purpose. They slept on hard pallets, walked bare-headed through rain, or fasted under the noon sun, not to court misery, but to rehearse freedom. When you taste hardship by choice, involuntary hardship loses some of its sting. Your rehearsal can be modest. Twist the shower handle to the coldest setting and enter without bargaining. Leave the phone at home during a morning stroll. Swap your satin latte for plain water. Feel the initial jolt, the mind's reflexive protest. Then observe as resistance softens into steady acceptance. In that quiet pivot you rediscover an inner furnace that external comfort had obscured. You might also engage the intellect. Spend 10 minutes recalling a past ordeal you survived, a breakup, an illness, a layoff. Relive the fear briefly, then spotlight the resilience that carried you through. Realize that the same marrow of grit still abides in your bones. Waiting for summons. Occasionally extend the practice into the physical realm. Cycle to work. Heft groceries instead of wheeling them. Choose the staircase that smells faintly of detergent over the escalator serenading the shopping mall. Each micro-challenge etches a subtle inscription on the psyche. I can bear more than I assumed. The payoff is twofold. First, you inoculate yourself against future turbulence, like a vaccine. Mild discomfort trains the system for heavier strains. Second, you unveil gratitude. Warm blankets after a brisk shower feel richer. A midday apple tastes sweeter when hunger is real, not boredom. Thus, voluntary hardship does not impoverish life, it colors it. 5. Return to alert presence. Impermanence meditation widened your cosmic lens. Intention setting aimed your moral compass. Voluntary discomfort forged resilience. Seal the trio with a practice of minute-to-minute awareness. Find a quiet space, park bench, office chair, doorstep kissed by dawn. Sit upright yet unforced, as if a silk thread lifts the crown of your head. Shut your eyes. Notice breath incoming, outgoing, a silent tide polishing the inner shore. Thoughts wander. Let them. Treat each one as a leaf drifting across the lake of mind. No judgment, no chase. After several breaths, lower attention from the swirl of thought to the orchestra of sensation, the cool weight of air on skin, the pulse in fingertips, the distant engine hum. Everything is happening now, the only time zone reality recognizes. The Stoics called this anchoring to the present, the discipline of perception, because events are neutral until your viewpoint paints them. When irritation ignites later, traffic screeching, a colleague's sharp remark, recall this practice. Step back, observe the spark instead of grabbing it. Between stimulus and response, Marcus Aurelius noted, lies the freedom to sculpt destiny. Remain in meditation for 5, 8, perhaps 10 minutes. No stopwatch required. When eyes reopen, carry a portion of that spaciousness into movement. Walk slower to the kitchen. Taste the citrus slice instead of merely eating it. Speak one beat after you normally would, allowing intention to slide between thought and tongue. Threading the morning together. Intention furnishes direction. Discomfort supplies strength. Mindfulness grants clarity. Together they form a braid sturdy enough to tow you through unpredictable hours. If obstacles appear, and they will, you will greet them with the calm smile of someone who already rehearsed the worst and chose virtue anyway. Picture yourself tonight, standing at the mirror. Will the person staring back be sculpted by chance? Or by conscious design? The answer is being written now. In choices measured not by noise or applause, but by harmony with values you chose at dawn. Hold to this routine for 1 week, then 1 month. Watch as small decisions accumulate into quiet revolution. Life will still deliver joy and sorrow on its own schedule. Yet you will meet both as a seasoned pilot meets shifting winds, adjusting sails, never surrendering the helm. And remember, each sunrise renews the opportunity. Treat tomorrow's dawn as a blank parchment. Ink it with intention, temper it with productive struggle, and shade it with presence. Do this consistently and you will find, almost by accident, That the grand goals once fretted over begin to materialize as natural side effects of a life well lived in the present tense. Let your meditation close with a single ember of thought. Amor fati, love your fate. Instead of judging sunrise for its clouds or clear skies, or branding tomorrow's events as gifts or curses, Stoicism invites us to loosen the grip of preference and open our palms to whatever arrives. In the hush that follows your breath, repeat softly, everything that comes to me is part of me. Visualize each memory, each triumph, each stumble, swirling together like pigments in a painter's water. Notice how the darkest streaks give depth to the light. Joy and sorrow are not rival armies, they are twin architects of wisdom. Now, expand that acceptance into the day that waits beyond the door. The traffic jam, the unexpected applause, the broken cup, the flawless sunrise, they are already woven into the fabric of your destiny. Your only task is to wear the fabric with grace. Remember, amor fati is not resignation, it is active affection for reality. You are not fleeing from hardship, you are welcoming it into the forge where character is tempered. Every challenge is a chisel, every success a polish, every ordinary moment a silent tutor. Pause and feel gratitude pulse beneath your ribs. The present is a gift still warm from the hands of the universe. When you unwrap it with curiosity rather than complaint, life blossoms into an endless workshop for courage, clarity, and compassion. Carry this mindset into your morning light. Let it guide your conversations, sculpt your decisions, and cradle your rest at dusk. If you stumble, smile. You have stumbled into your curriculum. I am grateful you traveled this Stoic morning journey with me. If these reflections stirred something valuable inside you, please tap like, share your own rituals in the comments, and subscribe. Ring the bell so our next exploration finds you at the perfect moment. Together we will greet every dawn with thankfulness, bravery, and love so vivid that fate itself will stop to admire our craft. Because the world will keep turning, and we will keep choosing to turn with it. Eyes open, hearts unguarded, fate embraced.